somehow these things just don't happen to anybody. And with everything, I was stuck back at base camp. You know, David went to go to Riverville. He's gonna get everything so we can make food for when y'all got back and stuff. But somehow, when everything, the stars aligned, I'm not kidding, David ended up where you all were somehow in his truck.
Yep.
We do not know how that happened. We just met for the first time really, and we talked a lot, but how does that work to where you got the help you got and your bike got off the road and everything happened to where, I don't know, man, it shouldn't have happened.
The whole thing was just crazy. I mean, even the night ride was nuts just because like that big of a group. I'm rocking that whole group ride with pretty much 100% front and maybe a 10% rear. I had the back working like enough to be like, oh, there's a little something.
Right.
So I'm riding that whole massive group with just 100% front drum. That's it.
That's right. Yeah, you was. Yeah.
And I'd been doing that for a bit, so I was like, whatever. So I'm a little more observant. Do that whole ride, it was crazy. There were times we had to speed up, slow down. People getting pulled over, cops getting people because they were doing wheelies and dumb stuff.
Yeah,
it was crazy, but we were kind of, I don't know, I'd say we were kind of more towards the middle front. So we were kind of more on the way there. We were in the middle front, and we were kind of in that crazy group. Way back, we were kind of more towards middle back, and a little more laid back. Had one dude apparently was like semi-running from the cops. So we pulled up to a red light, we stopped and we're waiting. We get ready to start going. This cop comes coming up, pretty much almost hits me and Matthew cutting us off.
Dang.
It was ridiculously close. I mean, it was bad enough. I hit my brakes and then to hop off the bike.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Of course, me and my brother, naturally, it's like, we ain't been doing nothing dumb. What did we do? Sorry. You know, us thinking we were the ones, and then sure enough, this dude on the scrum pulls out and he gets right on his butt. We're like,
yep.
Oh, him. Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, no big deal. So it gets all done, and I know I'm a little low on fuel, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? Forget it. I'd rather be safe. Sorry, I don't want to get halfway back and be out of gas. That wouldn't be fun. So that's how we got split up.
And y'all going through Gatlinburg too, right? I mean, or actually Gatlinburg, yeah, that's like the very end down there. And
yep.
David was in Sevierville.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
Miles away from you guys.
And it's like, this is how it had to happen, because it was the way back. We'd already gone through Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Now we were on our way back. We'd gone through Gatlinburg. We were in Pigeon Forge, and I was like, you know what? This last leg, not many gas stations. I'm a little low. I could make it. Might not. Don't know. I'm going to err on the side of caution. Stop and get gas. All else fails. The bike will hit 50. We'll just full tuck send and catch up.
There you go.
So
y'all are on the right road, because I can hear the ambulances, yeah.
We got turned around once, and then I pulled my phone out, looked at the GPS, saw the road number we needed to stay on to get there, and we hopped on and started going. Never caught up. When we reached a point, we were just like, you know what, we're not catching up, forget it. Stuck to our own thing. And we get going, everything's fine, everything's going good. We hit a point, we kind of pull off because there were some dudes on. We had a few cars behind us. Behind those cars were some dudes on grounds, and I was like, you know what? I'm piddling right now. Wasn't going full send. I was like, I'm piddling. I'm just gonna pull off. Let them go by. Be nice, you know. So they go by, and then my brother looks at me and goes, "I'm cold. Are you?" And I was like, "Yeah." I'm shivering a little bit. He looked at me and he's like, "It's dark. We'll see if there's any cops." So I was like, "All right, yep, full send. Back to the camp. Let's go."
Y'all were close, man.
So that's what we did. I'm full sending that bike, full tuck, and I'm taking every turn as fast as I can. And
using the shielding to kind of keep yourself warm, yeah.
Yep. It was one of those things. I would lay down far enough to where 90% of the time I was riding that bike with one hand. So my other hand was on the floorboard. holding my body
Wow.
up, and I was one hand on that thing, other hand on the floorboard.
Kind of leaning in. Oh,
That braced my upper body, and I was just full lean, and all this did was steer and gas.
Wow, that's awesome, dude.
And this whole method I did. So, and this is where it gets foggy, because I remember that stop was right before we got into the real mountainous parts. I remember going through that, going up and down and around, getting through some kind of parts that seemed a little treacherous at night. And that's about as far as I can go. I don't know how much farther we made it past what feels like 10 minutes into those mountains.
Y'all were almost there. Where they went to get, I mean, y'all were so close to being back.
That's as far as just even straining I can remember. After that, I have only 2 memories before I wake up in the hospital.
Dang. Dude.
2, that's it. 1 is literally a 1-second flash that I have of a memory. 1 second where I was cognitive enough to have a flash memory in my head. The other one was, I'd say, maybe 10 seconds of memory, and then I'm in the hospital. So the first one is after I got knocked by the owl, and I had to confirm with my brother that I didn't just dream it, and it was an actual memory. The flash memory I have is I got hit with the owl. The owl caught me, and the way he caught me was right on that joint of that face flip.
That took an instant. I mean, that's a lot of pressure right there. It's a lot of.
Caught me right at that split joint because that helmet's split joint was literally popped off.
Mm.
When I got home, they showed me that jaw that comes up was literally just off. Only held on by one side. But the flash memory I have is literally right after that. I remember standing on the floorboard of that bike, full standing up, 1 foot on the floorboard, both hands on it, 1 foot out to the side, me trying to save it from going into the gravel. That's the one memory I have, is a quick flash of me standing there like this.
Before you're unconscious.
Trying to get that bike back on the road and save it. And I felt the bike slip, and that's when it goes black again.
Like muscle memory was kind of, pull you out of that.
Yep.
Like,
and I had to confirm with my brother, and he told me, he's like, hey,
he said, that's what he said. Yeah, so
he's like, you got hit and you tried to save it.
Your instincts kicked in automatically, like out of nowhere, and it was you were so close to like just saving it, and then.
I probably, with how my instincts are, I probably would have made it all the way back to the camp, blacked out, and not even realized it.
But here's the thing: if you hadn't been knocked out the way you were, and you would have hit the rocks the way you did, you wouldn't be here. Like you would be paralyzed.
It hits me. I try and save it. Bike goes off the road into a pile of rocks, and according to my brother, I just hit tarmac. Just slammed it.
They said it was like nothing. I mean, like you're just a ragdoll. Like
I ragdolled, and he said I ragdolled like 15 to 20 feet on the blacktop, straight. Next memory I have is EMTs were there. The EMTs were there. They were checking me out, and the first thing I did was look at them and say, I don't have insurance. I don't want to go. That was the first thing I said. I don't have insurance. I can't afford this. I don't want to go. Well, we see how that.
yeah, they were more they were considered. They want to get you somewhere safe and get you looked at.
I was still in 100% husband and provider mode of I can't afford this. So I just,
concussion too, man. I mean,
I was like, I can't afford it. So I was like, nope, don't take me, please. Don't do it. And my brother told me after I got up in the hospital, after I got cognitive, he said, you being you get hurt, you crack jokes to make everybody not so nervous. He's like, well, this time it backfired. You cracking jokes as you were laying there. He's like, you were making light of it, cracking jokes, hemming and hawing and laughing, and I don't remember any of this. I'm blacked out. He said, you were doing all this, and that's what concerned them, was how much you were just laughing about it. They thought something was bad.
They thought head injury, concussion.
They were right, because I don't remember doing that, but that's just my natural instinct. Is I'm hurt, but it ain't that bad. You see, it's just this, ha ha ha, funny.
The adrenaline's all kicked in. I mean, so it's.
That's literally all I remember is them searching through my pockets, looking for my wallet, grabbing my personal things out of my pockets, and me telling them, I don't have medical insurance. I don't want to go. I can't afford it. Just let my brother take me back to the campsite. And Matthew and the EMT said, well, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. And I think I remember looking at him saying, no, you won't. I'll get a bill. No, you won't. I'll get a bill. He's like, no, just don't worry about that right now. And my brother was like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Exactly. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about it. Yeah.
And in my head, I wanted to scream at all of them, shut up, let go of me.
Right.
And if I could have, I would have, but that's all further my memory goes, and I'm back black. Just blacked out.
Thank God you got it. I mean, yeah.
And that's when the funny part comes in. I wake up in the hospital, immediately thinking I did something wrong, because I wake up, neck brace, stripped all clothes, I'm in the gown, under blankets, hands tied to the bed.
Oh, Lord.
Hands and feet tied to the bed.
I know what that's like, so yeah.
So I immediately woke up thinking, I'm apparently...
You must have had a seizure. I wonder if you had a seizure then.
I don't know. My initial thought was, I'm tied down. I was getting agitated because they were taking me. I didn't have insurance. I was blacked out. Who'd I start swinging on?
Right.
That was my initial thought.
Angry and rage, yeah.
I'm blacked out. Who knows what I was doing? So who'd I swing on? Did I knock the doctor out? It was like, who'd I punch? That was my first initial thought.
You thought, oh, God, I'm going to...
Yep, I was like, oh, great. I got cops are going to come here and I'm going to have to go to jail because I hit someone. My brother sees I'm awake at that point, comes over, he's like, hey, good? First words out of my mouth, how's my bike?
Yeah, that's what your brother said.
Yep, and he immediately gave me that death look, and he was like,
He told me the feeling he had. He's like, don't you worry about that.
He's like, if we were in a hospital, I would punch you, and you would need to be in the hospital. So it all, after that, it's kind of a blur. I was in and out for a little bit at the hospital, and then parents finally came. I about couldn't walk out to the car, but me being stubborn.
Yeah.
Me being a stubborn man,